is actually called a male olive python. It's the second largest python in Australia, native to Northern Territory. About 8 foot long at the moment and actually half fully grown. We're actually going to make our way further down. Actually the 5th most venomous snake in Queensland and the fastest snake in the whole of Australia. Very similar, like mamba of Africa, a fast-moving, very venomous snake. This guy is very misunderstood. A lot of Australians think it's mildly venomous, but it is a highly venomous snake. Like I said, similar to the black mamba, very fast and very venomous. This snake has a bit of an ability that sounds a bit fast, but it's entirely true. These guys can actually flick themselves off the ground, and as they whip themselves up through the air, they're literally known to create a sonic boom or break the sound barrier with the tip of their tail. Their tail goes continuously thin like an actual whip, and they can actually apply their body like a whip as well. The northern death adder, which is the next two snakes, are ambush predators. Like the stonefish, these guys do not move out of your way. They're going to sit there in the one position all day long. It's not until you step on these guys, and that's when they'll envenomate you. So be very conscious where you're stepping, as the best way to prevent ever being bitten by this guy. They're one of the fastest striking snakes in the world, who very rarely miss when they do strike. They wriggle their tail as a lure to attract their prey. Like I said, they don't move out of your way. They're just going to wait there for hours on end for something to come close enough to ambush it. Even if we were to approach these guys, they're not going to move out of our way, even if they're right in the middle of our path. So be very conscious where you're stepping. It's the best way to prevent it. Neurohemotoxic effect is actually most snakes, and there's one particular snake that has a huge coagulant in its blood. It's called the eastern brown snake. It's known to be the second deadliest snake in the world, and it's actually got such a coagulant that one drop of its venom is known to thicken up a litre of blood to almost a jelly-like liquid. So that's definitely going to revolutionize a medical dressing, which could definitely be saving the lives of haemophiliacs. By that guy.
This one's huge.
This is called a king brown. Now the first thing you guys may notice is he's not a very brown snake. These guys can be albino white, every single shade of brown to jet black, making it very hard for doctors to identify snakes. Now what they'll do is actually swab your snake bite. Never ever wash or wipe your snake bite with water, or else you've washed away the remnants of venom. Then they will not be able to determine what snake bit you, because you've washed away the venom. They cannot do the swab. They will not be able to give you an antivenin, because if they give you the wrong one, it will work as a second venom entering your system, and it's known to be fatal. If you're ever bitten by a snake, never ever wash or wipe your snake bite. Leave it how it is, but apply a tight pressure bandage straight on the bite mark, whether it be a shirt or actual pressure bandage. Go on the bite mark, away from the heart, down to the end of your limb, and then back up to the start of your limb. And the key is to stay as calm as possible and do not move, because the more you move and freak out, the more your heart will pump the venom through the rest of your body, and then it will actually be proven fatal. These guys have known to deliver a really large amount of venom and a very powerful strike. A menace of a snake, if provoked in the middle of the mating season, can be very aggressive. If you guys would like to move along here to our coastal taipan, debatably the 3rd or 4th most venomous snake in the entire world. A single drop of this snake's venom is known to be fatal to quite a large amount of rats and mice. I'm not entirely sure. These guys are the 3rd or 4th most venomous snake in the entire world, with front fangs that can actually be 1.5 centimeters long once fully grown. Can have fangs, is Australia's largest venomous snake once fully grown.
How old are these guys?
About 3.5 months maybe. Baby snakes sometimes do not know their limits. Adult snakes do not want to envenomate you if they realize they're not going to eat you. They may want to save their venom. Though baby snakes don't generally know their limits and tend to give you a bit too much venom. Sometimes more venom than the adults. Now these guys have a bit of a coffin-shaped head, can multiple strike. How much venom they inject you with all depends on the snake and how it feels at the time. It's metabolically expensive, like I said, so it takes a lot of energy out of them to create it. They do not want to waste it. That's our coastal taipan. Is a shy snake that, unless cornered or provoked, can actually be very, very aggressive. I'd like to move along to our inland taipan. The first thing you guys may notice, this guy actually has a black head. Now the black head is actually to keep in heat, so they can actually survive in the freezing cold nights in the winter. These guys have also evolved a venom so toxic that one drop is known to be fatal to 250,000 mice. The same mass in humans will be about 120 fully grown men.